Here's to whiskey kisses, the peachy taste of sin.
Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome back to Drinking Out Loud, where we are exploring the Whiskey Advent Calendar 2024 from Dare to Dram, our local little private club here in Victoria, where we like to share little tiny jars of whiskey with each other. Tiny jars that look like this, although normally full. This is just half of my allotment, so I can enjoy the other half at home. And we are on to day 16 today, and this is a Deanston. I like Deanston. I didn't used to like Deanston. Back when I was living in Edinburgh and working in a pub there, we had the Deanston 12, and I didn't like it. It tasted kind of like stale cardboard to me, and I kind of put me off for a while. It wasn't until like 4, 5, 6 years ago that I tried it again, and I don't know if they changed their recipe at all, or what was going on there. I mean, they changed the ABV and packaging, so I mean the recipe might have changed as well since it was sort of restarted, I guess, or rebranded. But it's so much better than I remember it being back in my late teenage years. And it's kind of sad because we don't really get much Deanston. Like very, very few bottlings of Deanston make it out here. We get the 12. We occasionally get the 18, which actually just arrived. At the time of recording, it arrived 2 days ago, I think. So it's back on the shelves again. We're very, very excited about. But these special editions, we never see here at the Straths. So when I got the chance to pick one of these up, I thought, what a great opportunity to explore a Deanston that I wouldn't normally get to try and share it with some friends. Deanston in a sherry cask. What's not to love? So the picture on the thing here is really cool because Deanston is an absolutely beautiful distillery, and the reason for that is it's actually a cotton mill. There's a big water wheel, and apparently it still produces enough electricity today that's it doesn't use everything it produces, so it actually puts electricity back on the grid, which is pretty cool. But I have a bit more of a sort of personal connection to the building itself because it was actually designed by Richard Arkwright, a famous architect of the Industrial Revolution. And my parents actually live basically just up the hill from a town called Arkwright. We live in Arkwright country. One of the original cotton mills over in Cromford is, a popular sort of Saturday afternoon destination. I've taken the tour around the old cotton mill many, many times. So it's kind of cool that they've repurposed it for a distillery. It's kind of the right kind of size. It's got water. It's got power. Why the hell not, right? Actually, it even says a little bit of that story on the front here. As a cotton mill turned distillery, what we don't know about dramatic transformation can be written on a grain of barley. Today we transform local ingredients into soft and honeyed single malts. That's nice, isn't it? Perthshire, of course. One of the homes of blending, but you can't have blends without single malts. Oloroso cask matured, non-chill filtered and matured in Oloroso cherry casks. In a former life, the part of our distillery where the whiskey matured had been a weaving shed, and the distillery as a whole had been a mill. So, in our more nostalgic moments, we think of our Oloroso sherry casks as looms of flavour. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Interlacing the characteristics of their former occupant, a dry, nutty sherry, with those of the new inhabitant, a soft single malt, that we think you'll find the resultant weave delicious. Replete with treacle, toffee, and fruit, the whiskey is a sensual treat. All right, 52.7 has got me salivating. This is cask strength, which is very exciting. All right, so here's the details, and I'll throw up a picture of the bottle on the screen so you can see it close up. It's from the Highlands, of course, Perthshire. It's a single malt Scotch whisky, aged for 12 years, distilled in 2008 from ex-Oloroso sherry casks. A limited edition small batch of, is this right? 13,000? Is that written on the bottle somewhere? 13,227. That seems like a large small batch. I may have had a typo there. I'll see if it says on the bottle. 13,000 feels like a lot. Released at 52.7 with no added colour or chill filtration. Very cool. Let's have a look at the bottle here. Does it say if it's 13,000? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure where I got that number from. Probably Whiskey Base. That's a good place for specific information. I love the lid on the Deanston. Yeah, that's not written on the bottle anywhere, so take that information with a grain of salt, or a grain of barley, I guess. Very cool. All right. Let's see if Deanston works with sherry as well as it does with bourbon. Nice. So I often find Deanston to be on the breadier, sort of cakey side of a single malt. And I generally like those flavours together with a sherry cask because it kind of comes across even more Christmas cakey. We've got the raisins and the bread. It's like a bread and butter pudding on the nose. Yeah, the sherry is definitely on the prominent side. I would hazard a guess that on the palate it's going to confirm this, but it feels on the nose like it might be maybe a little overpowering on the malts. I don't smell that much Deanston beneath the Oloroso. Oh, that's, always a fun thing about these limited editions. It gives you a chance to see a different side of a distillery. There's, maybe there's a reason that Deanston generally leans heavier on the bourbon side. It smells really lovely, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, as much as balance in whiskey is, strived for the perfect dram, sometimes you just want heavy in one kind of flavour. Sometimes you feel like a lot of sherry, sometimes you feel like a lot of smoke, sometimes you feel like a lot of vanilla. Oh. Yeah, the palate is a lot... There's a lot more Deanston-y than the nose. A lot less sherry as well, actually. It's got that spicy bready thing. I'm just not used to Deanston at cask strength, I think, is kind of a weird... It's kind of hitting me a bit strange. Might also be something to do with the fact that I'm recording this at 9:45 at night and I've not had any whiskey yet today. This is my first dram of the day. Black Forest Gatto of cherries and chocolate, followed by an aromatic hit of sweet spice, nutmeg, and sultanas. And to get Decadence Corner. Treacle toffee, dark fruits, and festive spice with hints of mocha and a pine needle or two. Yeah, I mean, it's very festive. It is pine needle. Yes, I was trying to figure out. It is a little foresty. Interesting. Then it recommends that in the finish you might find lingering gingerbread and nutmeg. It is overall a very Christmassy dram. That's good. I'm glad I got to try this. It's not blowing me away, but it's certainly very pleasant. So yeah, for those of you who are drinking along at home with this, please let us know in the comments as always what you think of it. Yeah, I will try and catch up. Behind the scenes peek for those of you at home. I'm in the middle of buying a house right now. I actually just signed all the paperwork earlier today at time of recording, and I'll be moving in a couple of days. So it's taken a lot more of my time than I expected it to. Apparently buying a house is a complicated thing. I thought it'd be easy, frankly. So yeah, I'm sorry that I'm still behind on trying to respond to people's comments. I've been seeing them. I see them on my phone, and I'm sad that I don't have time to reply, but I will get round to just sitting down and making the effort to reply to some of them. So please do keep commenting, not for my sake as well. Comment for everyone else's sake. You're not commenting for me, and if you are, I mean, that's very nice of you. But yeah, please share your notes amongst yourselves and chat with each other about this whiskey. And yeah, let people at home who aren't tasting along with these videos know what you guys think of the whiskey, because I've always said, I mean, it's always something that feels funny coming out of the mouth of someone that does record quite a lot of YouTube videos of him drinking whiskey and telling people about it. Don't listen to one person's opinion on whiskey. One person's opinion on whiskey is completely useless. And that's why I don't like, I don't know, the Whiskey Bible, or I mean, as much as I respect individual whiskey people in a sense, I mean, I don't particularly respect Jim Murray, but like Ralphie, for example, he's got good taste in whiskey, but it's only his taste. The best thing you can do is, if you want to pay attention to ratings and rankings, because we all get drawn to numbers and ranking systems and things, take a look for awards where you know that it's a blind panel judged competition, where you get multiple people giving their opinions without knowing what the whiskey is. That's the only real thing you can really probably trust, because everyone's going to have their own sways and their own palate that might not align with yours, and their own preconceived notions of whiskies that they're trying to weave through. And it's hard to be 100% objective when you're tasting something that is as subjective as whiskey is. Anyway, rant over. Great to see you guys. Please don't be off-put from watching YouTube videos of random people talking about whiskey. Just, don't base all of your whiskey buying power on what they say. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this, and tune in tomorrow, the 17th, for yet another whiskey on our countdown to Christmas. Sláinte, see you there.
Find your way home. Your